Welcome back to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and we're going over the Wave 1 expansions of D&D Attack Wing. Up next is the Wraith Expansion Pack. You get 2 Wraiths that are in here. You can check them out. So Lord Maximilian was once a thriving courtier, talented and beloved by his peers, but that was long ago. Regrettable decisions made during his life have landed him in the Barony Below as a dread wraith, where he rules his palace sunk deep beneath the earth. Many believe the story of his fate to be fable, but those who venture into his domain know far better. The barony is about to be invaded, for many have learned that Maximilian can often recall his past, and what he remembers might be vital to the missions of those who seek the primordial graveyard. This expansion comes with 11 cards, 32 tokens, 2 maneuver dials, 2 painted plastic creatures with bases and pegs. Okay, so for those that don't know, D&D Attack Wing is the game from WizKids. It's a miniature, pre-painted miniature game where you basically pay points to build an army. You can play scenarios, fight your opponents. It's based off of Wizards of the Coast Dungeons & Dragons, the role-playing game that is a classic and is being revitalized right now with a great campaign called Tyranny of the Dragons that a lot of this is based off of. So let's crack this open to see what you get. Every single video I've lamented how much I hate these plastic cases, but they're a necessary evil. I've never liked them. I always tear my hands open. It is what it is. Alright. Here's the figures. They're flying, which is kind of cool, so they have them all in here. You can kind of see the detail of them. Let's take one out so you can really see it. Even the twist ties don't like me. Alright. There we go. After way too much struggling for really a grown adult. So again, I brought it up in the Sun Elf Wizard. There's some translucent plastic on it. You can see through it. It's something you probably won't notice in the package. It's really, really cool. So the top is solid, but the bottom of it and the back of it is all translucent and see-through, which kind of gives that whole wraith ghostly feel. Put it in perspective, some size. So what we got for that. A little bit bigger than the elves and the hobgoblins, which feels somewhat appropriate. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright, let's go and throw these way high. Well, that one's going to fall out because, you know, I took its tie out. So I'm going to guess this one's kind of a counterbalance of the Sun Elf Wizard. We've kind of noticed that each set that you would say are likes all kind of seem to counterbalance a little bit. Ooh, we got some big rules here. Alright, so we're looking at what looks like another building. So yeah, so exactly like the Sun Elf Wizard, because we've got another building. Some walls. Thing for Lord Maximilian or Wraith. Again, some walls. We've got dials of Wraith, Undead, Flight / Ground, and a whole bunch of tokens. So I said expect this to be the kind of the counterbalance for the Sun Elf Wizard, and that's what we're seeing, I think. So let's get the figures out. Let's go with the maneuver cards and scenario. So first, this is 3.2, the Barony Below. This is a scenario. Deep beneath a dusty plain lies the reigns of a long-lost principality, now known as to the bold as the Barony Below. Up above, Lord Maximilian has become a fable used by parents to frighten their misbehaving children. But when those children grow up and venture into the below, or is it below? We're going to go below. They discover too late that he is all too real. He seldom leaves the sunken palace in which he is once a prominent Courtier, because here in this place among his things, he is sometimes able to remember. Now the barony below is under attack, and the Dread Wraith's undead servants are defending the exterior of the palace. Some of those who seek knowledge have fought past the defenders and made their way into the palace's great hall. They've been given an item which may aid them in subduing Maximilian, but that will prove to be no easy task. So number of players, again, 2. Special components, we got 2 castle tower tokens, 3 castle wall tokens, 4 objective tokens, 5 adventure tokens. The game's played with 120 points, which seems to be about what most of them are played. The invaders, creatures, upgrades must include the campaign artifact chisel, which may be taken in an upgrade slot, but may only be used for its text if in an equipment slot. And Lord Maximilian, who's 90 points, plus Wraith, plus upgrades, which cannot include create spawn. That's interesting. So there's all kinds of interesting scenarios. Now, speaking of, we have a reference card of Incorporeal. 1, creatures aren't affected by obstacles of any kind. Creature's primary weapon melee attack penetrates armor unless that armor is provided by spell. Each time an incorporeal creature defends against a primary weapon attack, it can convert some of the dice. So we've got special rules already, or at least some a reference card of some rules in this set. Let's look at the actual maneuvers. Fairly maneuverable. Not quite as good as ground troops, but more like flyers. But it looks like you can easily flip around and move flight-wise, either flight or grounded. So there's that. Creatures themselves, the figure themselves. Maximilian's a whopping 50 points, but he looks pretty beefy. 4 attack, 4 defense, 4 hearts, 1 shield. Its action perform an additional 1 maneuver listed on your dial. His melee attack can take various items. The other wraiths are 25 points. 2 attack, 2 defense, 3 hearts, 1 shield. So either or, kind of costly figures from what I'm seeing. So let's look at all the items. A lot of items are, of course, very geared towards the wraiths. What a shock. So this is a chisel. This is the campaign artifact that was mentioned in the scenario. You make a 4 dice attack against 1 creature at range 1 to 2 in your forward arc. This attack penetrates armor. If you inflict at least 1 damage, the target sustains no damage, but must flip one of its armor tokens face down. You can only equip 1 other weapon upgrade or a shield upgrade. Lord Maximilian can use any upgrade slot to equip this weapon. Let's see here. Whole bunch of stuff. So a bunch of special attacks. So 2-point Swift Strike. After performing a melee attack, you may discard this upgrade to perform an immediate white maneuver. Cost 3, Malevolent Will, special attack. When you attacking with the primary weapon, convert some results. That seems to be a very popular one. It's undead to equip. Cost 3. Cost 4 is Life Drain. Each time you can inflict at least 1 normal or critical damage to a creature using your primary weapon. Touch attack, you may choose to remove one of your face-down damage cards or flip one of your face-up damage cards face down. You may only do this once per attack, but if you inflict 2 or more damage, even if you inflict 2 or more damage, so it's kind of a healing. That's pretty cool. Create Spawn. If you deliver the killing blow to any enemy creature, you may immediately discard this upgrade to place a new non-unique wraith in the play area under your control. Place the wraith anywhere within range 1 of where the original creature received lethal damage that is not overlapping another figure. The new wraith does not equip any upgrades. If you're defeated, the new wraith is immediately defeated. That's kind of cool. Wraiths are fairly beefy, so that's awesome. Sinister Plots. It's a cheap way to get more wraiths. Continuous effect. This affected creature cannot attack. When this effect ends for any reason, discard this upgrade and play an exhaustion token beside your creature. So let's see here. So we got some stuff to heal. We've got a way to create more wraiths. Some ways to help move around. Stuff that, again, feels very, like, wraithy. So appropriate. Like, WizKids knows what they're talking about, it seems, with all these figures, and keeps the cards that kind of come with it appropriate for each figure. Really, really cool figure. Again, it's like translucent all over. I'm really digging it. So these are the Wraiths for the D&D Attack Wing by WizKids. Again, WizKids, thanks for hooking us up with the main game and all the Wave 1 expansions for us to show off and play with. So we're going to be back. We're going to play a whole bunch of games down the road, especially during the organized play, and come back with some strategy, so what folks are playing, what we think is worth it, and what's not. Until next time, this is Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. You can catch us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We keep it consistent on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all at Graphic Policy. Until next time, keep it geeky.